Hello, hello. Welcome to today's training. I'm going to get right into it today. We have a lot to cover, and the focus today over the next 30 minutes is going to be how to create your online marketing calendar, your content calendar for your marketing for 2018. Cannot believe it's been a year since I did this webinar last. Very, very powerful. So what's interesting is that I don't see a lot of real estate agents specifically treating their business like a business in the way that a corporate company would. And in a corporate structure, they're going to sit down and they're going to mastermind and they're going to pull all their departments together, and their SEO department, their PPC department, and their content department. They're going to bring them all together. They're going to mastermind about what assets they want to create for the year, what kind of content they want to create for the year. And I don't see a lot of real estate agents doing that. So I want to guide you a little bit on how to create that for 2018. All right. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that it's really important to have a content calendar of sorts, okay? Especially if you're working with any kind of team. Now, it might just be you, and that's fine, and you might want to use some sort of a calendar just to kind of keep you on track. You might also have a virtual assistant or an apprentice or an intern. You might have paid employees on your team. You might have a marketing company that you're subbing things out to, like Ballen Brands, my marketing company, or another one like it. And you might want to have some sort of idea on what content is being created and when. Now, what I have on my screen here is actually a calendar that is part of the SEMrush digital platform. And any of you guys that are following my teachings know that I live in SEMrush. And what SEMrush is it's an SEO tool that tracks your rankings and your traffic and your pay-per-click and your backlinks and your featured snippets and local SEO and all that good stuff. But recently they've rolled out a beta marketing calendar that I wanted to showcase, which is really cool. And what you're able to do here, and we're looking at a blank one on one of my accounts here, what you're able to do here is you can actually set up content campaigns, and you can set up activities, and you can invite team members in and assign right here from the calendar. There's lots of other ways to do this as well. You can use any kind of digital calendar that you like. There's all kinds of content marketing digital calendar tools out there, like CoSchedule that integrates with WordPress. But it's important to have some sort of an idea, okay? Now, again, I'm specifically kind of talking to real estate agents, although this is going to apply to anybody. Just checking in. You guys hearing me okay here? If you can hear me, just type yes into the question bar. Okay, good. Everybody, most of you guys are good. All right, if you don't have sound, then it's just you. Everybody else on here is good. Okay. So what we're going to work on is what kind of content you want to be creating. And I'm going to go about this in a little bit of a different strategy today by explaining that you don't have to work a multi-channel strategy if you don't want to. You don't have to be focused on ranking on the search engines if all you want to focus on is social. You don't have to be doing social or SEO if all you want to focus on is video on YouTube. So I'm always teaching this multi-channel marketing strategy, which I 100% believe in, yet I also see people killing it on one local channel, on one focused channel. So I'm going to make some suggestions here, and you can roll out in your business what works for you and what doesn't work for you, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about is the real estate market report. Now, this is something that can be done Digitally, it can be done on video, it can be done on podcasts, it can be a social media blurb, it can be a note on Facebook, it can be all kinds of different things. The idea though with your content is you have to decide, what am I going to create? How am I going to create it? What's the goal for this content? And how am I going to make sure people find it? And then, of course, some of you guys are going to have a who in there. Who's going to create it? Because you may not be the only one. All right. Here, when I type in Las Vegas real estate market report, let me do this in a, let's do this in an incognito. Oh, well, no, you might not be able to see me if I go incognito. Okay, I'm typically ranking in the top position or one of the top 3 positions for real estate market report. And let me tell you guys, this is one of the strongest listing lead generators in addition to buyer leads, is having a real estate market report that you are showcasing yourself as a specialist. I can't believe how many markets I look at for real estate market, and your newspaper, Trulia, Zillow, your media channels are showing up, but I don't see very many real estate agents actually popping up on the search engines for real estate market reports. So it's really important that you are positioning yourself as the expert in real estate. And if you're working on SEO, if you want to rank on the search engines, this is the type of stuff you want to be creating that also helps Google rank you as an entity. They understand that you are about a city or an area or a county, and they also understand you're about real estate when you're creating content like this, okay? Now, it doesn't have to be a super complicated thing. What we have is kind of a template, and each month we go in there and change everything that applies to that particular time frame, okay? And then we have past market reports here, so January, February, March. So what we have found is people like the archives. They like to be able to go back and look at what was the market doing at that time and what is it doing now at this time, okay? And so we are basically kind of just putting in the stats of what the current market inventory looks like, what the average price range is for the general area. We have like the condo market, and then we interpret it. What does this mean for a buyer? What is this? Is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? What does it mean right now if you're going to buy a house? What does it mean if you're going to sell a house? Because it's important also that you're kind of interpreting the data. And what we do is we have one page that ranks on the search engine that holds all the archives. It kind of just has a general intro, and then we create a new page each month for that, or actually the blog post for that month, and then they all go under that parent page, pushing up that SEO. Now, if you are really focused on social media, this kind of stuff is really simple. What you want to do is kind of take your month at a glance, and whatever this is, you might have a something like this, and you actually go over to Facebook and go over to your business page. In fact, I'll just open mine right here. Actually, even better, I'm using Buffer, and this is a cool tool for sharing your social posts to all of your different channels, and then how to measure it to see how well they're performing, how many clicks, what was the engagement, what were the number of shares. And then here you can see I've got all my channels here from Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Google. So what I can do is I can come over here to social and say, okay, this was what the median price range was in June, and then here's what it was in July and August, and here's what it was in September. What we're kind of doing there is showing them how it's rolling, if the market is increasing or decreasing. So that's kind of why it's there that way. And then all you have to do is take your market report wherever you're linking to, and put on Buffer there, put a link to it, and it'll shorten it for you. And then you can put in whatever image here you want to be on there, and you can schedule that to go out. Now, if all you're doing is social, then you might want to have a particular type of call to action, or you might want to run a Facebook lead ad on, find out, you might put on your Facebook lead ad something like, Average prices for a single family 3-bedroom home in 89128, maybe you're doing it by zip code or by county, is $235,000. Click here to download the real estate market report, or click here to find out what your home is worth. And so now you're really working at social strategy. You could do the same thing on your Instagram or your Snapchat or whatever social channel it is that you're trying to really rock, okay? So I've showed you how to do this digitally on a blog post, on a website. We just talked about how to do this on social. You can make an infographic. You know, if you're putting this on Instagram, you could then go make a little infographic on what the market is doing and put a call to action on there. If you are into video, which I'm going to highly, I cannot stress enough, suggest that you are getting into video. There's a really cool tool you can do to turn your market report into video. One, you can do a talking head video and just talk about the market and have a whiteboard behind you and talk about what the market is doing. Or I'm going to show you this for those of you that haven't seen it. Lumen 5 is a really cool tool and it's free. There's an upgrade to create high resolution videos or high definition videos and remove their branding, and I'm not sure what else the paid does. I'm using the free right now, just really testing it. Buffer, by the way, there's a free and a paid version. So I have the paid version because the number of accounts, or I can't remember why I had to go to paid, but I had to go to paid. I think because I have a team on mine. But they have a free and then a paid, and Lumen 5 has a free and then a paid. But what you can do is you can just go right here to create video, and you can take your blog post, your real estate market report, just paste it in there and click go. And then what happens is Lumen 5 goes out and scans. Well, let me do the full one. Don't think it's taken my short one there. There it is. So that one was November 2017. There we go. What Lumen 5 does is scans your blog post, and then it creates a video. It creates multiple slides you can customize, and it creates this video, and you can add copyright-free music right here from their channel, and you can turn your real estate market report into a quick little like BuzzFeed type video here. So here's an example. So Las Vegas Real Estate Market Report 2017. Then I can click add, and let's do something like the median price range for October was, and then I might want to say something like, and you can type this in. You don't have to look at your blog post here to do it, but you can. At the end of October, 770 properties were on the market without an offer. That's a great little stat there. At the end of the month, there were 4,795 single-family homes listed with no offer. Okay, kind of got the idea. And you can do this with blog posts too. Then you click continue, and then it's actually going to go in and pull up what it's going to look at its library and pull up suggested slides and digital video footage for your video. But then you can go in there and customize and upload your own photos or your own video, and you can change it. This is going to pop up here in just a second. So here's an example of what they put together for you based on their photos, but then you can go through the uploads. You can say, you know what, I want to put in more digital footage, and I'm going to put in real estate as a keyword. And so I want you to show me now, go to the library, real estate, I was on my uploads, filter only by video. And now you can look at the video footage, and you can drop right in here video footage, and watch this. It actually will play whatever that video is. And so now your video is not just motion photos. You actually have some video footage. Of course, you'll have to go in there and find out what applies to what you're building, okay? So as you can see, the real estate market report is something you would do every month. So if I were starting a content strategy for 2018, the very first thing I would say is every month I'm going to create a real estate market report. And then the questions you have to ask yourself is, what do I want to be on there, and how do I want to produce it? Is this blog content? Is it a digital email that goes out to my clientele? Is it a video? Is it a social post? Or is it a combination of all of them, which is what we do? But not everybody has the resources, the time, or the ability to spend all day on lead gen like I do. So you may have to limit it and say, you know what, all I'm going to do is do a video. Now, let's say you just do a video. So you do a real estate market report, you do the little whiteboard behind you, and you talk about the market and what the market is doing, which by the way are great videos, okay? You throw that onto YouTube, and then what you can do is go over to YouTube here. Let me just pull up my channel. And you can take that video once you upload it. Let me just grab this one. I'm just doing a quick example so I can show you. Take this URL and then watch this. You can go over to rev.com. You can do this with any video or audio, and you can add captions to it, or you can have it transcribed. So for $1 a minute, you go like this, you say get started, and you paste a URL or you upload a photo, and for $1 a minute, now it shows me for $13, it takes that 13-minute video, which honestly, if you have a real estate market report video, it really shouldn't be longer than 10 minutes. And as you know, the longer the video is, you start losing people at a certain point. So you kind of got to look at your analytics to see how long people are watching. They're probably going to watch the meatiest part in the first 45 seconds to a minute. So put that at the front. Make sure your call to action is right at the front, and put the meat right at the front in case they don't go any further. And in a lot of my YouTube trainings, I teach you how to add those info cards and little calls to action right in the beginning as well to get more interest. But anyway, they turn this into a transcript, okay? And what it looks like, if I go here to my order history, let me open one of my transcriptions here. When you download it, whoops, that's the video, hold on. Download it. It opens here in like your Microsoft Word. It's in a doc file, and it opens here, right? And then what you can do, once I get this open, you just take the words and you copy them and you put that right into your YouTube video description so that you get more keyword traffic on that video. And you go ahead and create a blog post on your website really quick, or on Active Rain, LinkedIn, Facebook, Publishing Tools has notes, and you can actually just put transcript and add that transcript right there. Now, if I were gonna really work on my SEO, I would go over to my website and I would hit new post. By the way, if you need a real estate website, check out ballenbrands.com/brew. We actually build IDX powered real estate websites. And up here, I'm gonna type in how, what are we doing here? Let's just say it's the real estate market report. Las Vegas real estate market report. And then I'm going to paste in the video somewhere up here. I'm going to embed the video, and then I'm going to put in this transcript. Now, if I really wanted to focus on SEO, I'm going to go in here and clean this up. I'm going to put in some cross-linking to other pages on my website, which I teach you all that. And I'm going to go in and optimize this for SEO, right? But that's an easy way to do it if you don't have time to sit and type and create. You can also send this out to virtual assistants or to your marketing company and say, hey, I'm going to put this transcript in here once a month, but I'd like you to go in there and optimize this for me, and put in the cross-linking or put in the numbers, clean up the transcript so it looks a little bit more like a written blog post. That's another way to do it, okay? So every month, real estate market report. If you have my training system, or if you might be watching this, this course on a playback on my training system, there's lessons on how to create this real estate market report a little bit more in depth, and how to specifically create each one of these content pieces a little bit more in depth. But once a month, we're gonna do a real estate market report, okay? Next, once a month, at least once a month, I'm giving you a minimum. At least once a month, you should be writing a real estate article, okay? If you want to know where do you get ideas for this real estate article, there's a really cool website called Answer the Public. This is one way to do this. You go into Answer the Public and you type something in here like how to sell a house. So let's just say, my suggestion is this: focus on one topic as much as you possibly can until you've killed that topic all the way. You've really written a lot on that topic. So let me give you an example. For 2018, my focus for my real estate website in Vegas, on my website, ballenvegas.com, I want to rank higher for Las Vegas zip codes because it's the #1 traffic generator in my market. And the only person that beats me here in Vegas on traffic locally, on as far as a local real estate agent, does it with zip codes. And so my focus this year is really building out those zip codes. So I'm going to make sure that I have every single zip code in my market built out with homes for sale, and where's the DMV, and what is the weather in that zip code, and where can you order pizza in that zip code? Yes, pizza is a popular search. I have proof in my documentation. Okay, so I'm going to focus on zip codes. So my one article a month might just be zip codes, or my one page a month that I'm building might just be on zip codes. And I'm going to do that all the way that I possibly can before I get into another topic. Okay, but let's just say you say, you know what, I really want to focus on sellers, and I'm really going to do everything I can on how to sell a house. Okay, so go here to your, oh, it didn't work. Hold on. That was unusual. How to sell a house. Get questions. Okay, so for some bizarre reason, we're not loading here, and there must be a technical issue with their website. Doesn't that always happen? Like you're recording. Let me go to alphabetical here. Okay, there it is. I don't know why it's not pulling up the others. So you can download the CSV. Yeah, they're having issues. I can't even close that box right now. All right, well so here are some examples. How to sell a house you don't own. Oh, let's not write that blog. How to sell a house you don't own. How to sell a house you're upside down in. How to sell a house on your own. How to sell a house for sale by owner. How to sell a house to your child. Now, there's one I haven't done yet. How to sell a house after a year. So you buy a house, you want to sell it a year later. How to sell your house fast. How to sell your house with a real estate agent. How to sell your house without a real estate agent. How to sell a house you still owe on. How to sell a house you inherited. You see all that? You see all these suggestions? Normally this is packed. For some reason it's not loading here. So you could come to a website like this, and you could get everything you want to know for a year and write a real estate article every single month on how to sell a house. And then you have one parent blog post, kind of like Skyscraper, and all of your smaller articles on how to sell a house you inherited, how to sell this, all point up to that one top page. It's kind of a directory of all the articles. And the goal is to rank for those smaller blogs, the long tail searches, but also to rank for that parent page for the generic term, how to sell a house in such and such, right? Okay. And so you'll have to look at this. There's all kinds of ideas. This is a free tool. So I wanted to give you an idea for free. Now let me show you another free. Go to Google and type it in here, how to sell. Now look what happens. How to sell a house. You start seeing these suggestions pop up here. How to sell a house by owner. How to sell a house fast. How to sell a house with a realtor. How to sell a house by owner. So there's a ton here. And then if I actually click on it and open it, look at this. We've got people also ask. Now look at all of these. What are the costs associated with selling a home? By the way, that's my #1 listing generator, that one. What are the costs? How much is the cost to sell a home in such and such? Okay. How can I market my house to sell? What is the process of selling a house by owner? How can I sell my house fast? Now watch what happens. If you click on that, people also ask, you actually get a bunch more suggestions here, and this will keep on going. It's like one of those choose your own adventure storybooks. It just goes and goes and goes, and you can come up with every kind of idea you want to blog about, whatever, and you can send these out to your ghostwriter or marketing company or your virtual assistant, or you can make a video around it, or you can make social posts around it. Absolutely incredible. If you want a paid tool, if you're using something like my favorite SEMrush, you can actually go up here to the toolbar and type in how to sell a house. And then here, you're going to get a full report with the search volume and the average cost per click, the keyword difficulty, how competitive the advertising landscape is, how competitive the organic search is. So if you get into the super geeky data like I do, you're going to love a tool like this. And then you can click on related searches, and it'll show you a whole bunch of other related keywords that don't have that exact match term in it. So it's going to give you a bunch more suggestions, right? And then we can get super geeky by going like this to how to sell a house. And we can take whoever ranks #1, selling your house, and you can actually take that URL and throw that right here into SEMrush, and it'll pull out all of the data on that website, and it'll show you other suggested articles based on what that particular website is ranking for. I'm just pulling it up wrong now. That's a super geeky tip. I can get into more details on that later. So there's some cool stuff there. So those are ideas. There's also a cool website called Quora, and Quora is another website of questions that people ask. You can log into Quora, and then you can, in the search bar, start typing in selling a house or how to sell a house, and it'll start showing you all of these suggestions that people actually type in, and that'll go on and on and on forever. So lots and lots and lots of ideas there on how to create those, okay? Real estate market report once a month, a real estate article once a month. I also like hyperlocal articles once a month. So this could be where to go see best place to go see Christmas lights in Las Vegas, best Mother's Day banquets in Las Vegas, best haunted houses in Las Vegas, best things to do with the kids in the fall for Las Vegas. You kind of have these seasonal things. Every month has something, whether it's back to school or summer camps or best public pools, free public pools. And what this does is it creates a relationship with, one, it tells Google that, again, it's helping Google decide who you are as an entity. It keeps showing them that you are that city specialist by creating those local guides. It also gets people that maybe are not interested in buying or selling real estate at the moment. It encourages them to come over to your website. Take a look here. Here's a great example. So let's look at my analytics super quick. I'm going to go down to my Vegas website and look at my content that people are visiting over the past 7 days. And look what's number one. Neighborhood Christmas lights, where to see Christmas lights. Number 2 is the interactive map of Christmas lights. 3 is my homepage. Number 4 is a special event, Christmas event at Wet and Wild. The next one is general holiday events and Christmas. So you can see that these hyper local type of blog posts generate a massive amount of traffic. And guys, these are stupid easy to hire out. I'm telling you, these are not complicated. They're just listicles, you know. You just make a list. Here's the 10 of this. Here's 9 of this. Here's 7 of this. Here's 15 of this. And if you can share that on social and you can get that to go viral in one of those mom groups, you're going to kill it. One of my students for my Rank Like a Boss training today posted that she got a come list me from her holiday lights blog this morning. Or she posted it this morning, so it was probably last night that she got the come list me lead. So it doesn't always generate direct real estate traffic, although people might use your call to action to buy or sell, but it does create a relationship that Google stores and remembers that that person was on your website and found it valuable. And so then eventually, if that person ever does type in anything to do with local or buy or sell real estate, your website's going to move up on the search engines for that consumer. Same with social algorithms. So there's lots of benefit there that you may not see directly to creating those hyper local blog posts, okay? And if you want to get those created, you can talk to my company at ballenbrands.com. And if we're not right for you, we'll give you other options that you can look out to do those as well. Check out interns at your colleges, and some of these writers are just getting started. You know, you can pay a few cents a word and get a lot of this stuff created. There's another company called Crowd Content that has writers. If you go to my website, loriballen.com, type in ghostwriters, you're going to be able to find some information on the Rank Like a Boss training system. Just click on blogging, and there's an article there on how to write ghostwriters for this stuff as well. Ranklikeaboss.com if you're not already a member. And then, okay, so we said real estate market report once a month. We said hyperlocal market report once a month. Real estate, hyperlocal, a real estate blog. I'd like to see a video once a month created either out of, at least once a month, out of either one of those things or all of those things. And with a site like Lumen 5, you can do a video on all of those. It takes me 10 minutes tops to put one of those together from one of my blog posts or articles. Also, check out listingstoleads.com. And I think Sabrina gave you the, there's a link here to listingstoleads.com, what you're able to actually do here is market your listing. So as a content strategy, you really, really want to be taking your listings and running the full gamut on those, okay? So with listings to leads here, you can actually create a open house, single property website. Let me just show you the link real quick because we're running out of time. You can create single property websites. You can create blog posts. There's one of those Lumen 5 videos. I just embedded that on there. You can create virtual tours. You can create Facebook pages and e-flyers and social media posts and post your blog. This is one of those tools that you could actually hire a virtual assistant in the Philippines for $8 an hour and say, I want you to every day to log into my listings to leads account, and I want you to create a new blog post around it, or a new classified ad, or a Facebook ad, or I want you to share it to social media. I want you to post to Craigslist. I want you to post this to my blog, you know, that type of thing. Or this can just be part of their overall strategy. So marketing your listings, active, coming soon, open house, sold, has to be part of your content marketing strategy. And you need to assign somebody to do it if it's not going to be you. But at least every day you should get up and do something. Share your listing on social media, run a Facebook ad or run a Facebook leads ad, put it on your Snapchat or your Instagram, or blog it on Active Rain, or blog it on LinkedIn. And you can do something different every single day with the same listing, just to keep that energy going and keep that buzz going around that listing. I have full trainings on that as well. And then also, if you're building your own website on WordPress, which is something I teach, you're going to want to make sure you're building out your community pages as well. You know, all of your master plan communities, your neighborhood, your homes around a area around a school. You're going to want to spend some time building out information about that community. Here's an example on this is a zip code page. I would call this community page still. There's some information about Southwest Las Vegas. Here's homes for sale in Southwest Las Vegas. Here's all the neighborhoods that are in Southwest Las Vegas. And then I'm going to talk about the average price range when they click through, you know, what parks are there, where's the DMV, what kind of popular features or attractions are there. Okay, so virtual assistant, somebody asked, where can you find a virtual assistant? There's lots of companies. I use my Outdesk. You can reach out to us, team@ballenbrands.com, with any of these questions, team@ballenbrands.com. We can help you get connected with a virtual assistant that can help you with that type of thing. It doesn't mean that they're always trained to do all this. You might have to provide some training, okay? They might be equipped and understand the language of real estate, but they may not have ever used listings to leads before, and they might need some training on how to actually rock those things out. Sometimes you get lucky and you can ask and say, is there anybody that's already trained on that? And they might have somebody as well, okay? So we are out of time for today. I talked as fast as I could and gave you as much as I could in that 30 minutes. And so I hope that you found this valuable, and we'll continue going through the lessons and learning more about how to create all this content in 2018. And if you have any questions that weren't answered, just message us, team@ballenbrands.com, and we'll directly answer those for you and get back to you. And for your Las Vegas referrals, I'm Lori Ballen with Lori Ballen Team and ballenvegas.com. And I would absolutely love your referrals when you have them for Las Vegas, Henderson, or North Las Vegas. Thanks. Talk to you guys later.